Welcome to episode 206 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton. As always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer. Matt Bowden.
Thanks for having me.
And for the first time ever, Gerald Schneider.
Hey, everybody.
Hoffen Show himself.
Hoffen Show.
The mythical beast that is Hoffen Show.
Yes, I am real.
Long time part of the site. First time on the podcast. Long time, first time.
Yes, it is. Long time coming.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're supposed
Does it feel good?
Oh, it definitely feels good.
You're supposed to say thanks for having me, like Goofus Matt does.
Let me ask you this. Is the first time as good as you thought it would be?
Oh, it's still going good.
Oh,
I'm definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
You're never gonna feel it again.
No, I won't. I'm enjoying every minute.
The first time is all you get. It's never the first time again.
Oh, yeah,
Take
that's
it
true.
in.
All the minutes you're going to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you the best minutes I have.
You've joined the ranks of, let's see, Elliot has been on the show before. Our super fan Elliot. Who else has been on the show?
Mr. Keaton.
Yeah,
Derek Keaton. Derek,
wrote for the
friend of
site
the
for a little
show.
while.
Friend of life, friend of the show.
Yeah. Matthew McKenzie, also a writer for the podcast or for the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some various...
Along with our various developer interviews and friends that we've had on in the past, Huh.
But it's been a long time since we had a guest.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. We don't roll the fourth chair out all the time.
You're not really
just
a
for
guest
anyone.
either because technically you're part of this thing.
Yeah.
So you don't really count.
Oh, man.
Yep, just because you're on doesn't mean you matter any more than you did before.
Wow. Wow, that was hateful.
I love you too, Dan.
That's
like,
I wouldn't call it hateful. I would call it honesty. Truth.
true talk?
True talk.
Real talk is what the kids call it.
Real talk is real talk.
You just put
It's
RT.
real talk.
You just put RT at the end of a text message.
That's retweet.
Oh, shit.
I know that.
I thought
that.
It could be real time.
No one said it's
No.
real time.
Nobody's ever said real time.
Fuck you, real time.
Making a new
Real
segment for
time
Dan.
media player.
Real Talk with Dan.
Or real time,
Real
with
time
Dan.
with Dan.
Real Time.
Real time.
That sounds like a crappy sports show. Real time with Dan.
It does sound like a
Fox
crappy
Sports
show.
1.
It wouldn't be on Fox Sports 1. It'd be on like
It'd be
Fox
on
Sport
FS
120.
FS1. Real talk with Dan.
God damn.
Well, you've ruined the
what
entire
just happened?
podcast. Don't take that out. Make sure people are in there so they can ruin their speakers in their car.
Oof.
Yeah.
Or
I
their
tried
eardrums.
to lean away and cover my mouth and everything.
It's like you lean right into it.
It's
Made
like
it
you put the
louder.
mic in your mouth and
I'll do that next time.
Cool.
And I'm not
You're
that
gonna do it
guy.
again?
I don't do that shit where you... I know people do that hold the sneeze in shit. Fuck that. That shit goes.
You should do one of those sneezes. Those people are like,
Yeah, I know. They go... like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, fuck those
Yeah.
people.
You're supposed to
hate
get
those
it in the
people.
corner of your elbow so that
No.
the shit doesn't go everywhere.
I sneeze like Dan times 3. Mine
Yeah.
are violent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even cover either. I just spray that shit out.
Jesus Christ, you savage.
Yeah.
Fucking goes everywhere.
Yeah, I don't trust those people who are like, I'm
No,
like,
fuck those
like I
people.
sneeze.
Yeah, me either. Fuck those people.
I sneeze. No, you did.
Especially when you get the people that like do it constantly, and they're not just like a one-time sneezers. They're like, you know, those people. Fuck those people. Those people
Like,
are
let
so
it out
fucking
before
annoying.
you die, dude.
Yeah, it's bad for you.
You ever seen the videos of those people just sneezing for like 3 or 4 hours?
Oh my, no, that sounds
Yeah, the
terrible.
people that
though.
get like the people that get hiccups for like 18 years.
Yeah.
That seems like it would suck.
Yeah.
I'll take sneezing over hiccuping any day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude, I get hiccups
sneezing,
for more than 5 minutes. I'm ready to jump off a bridge.
Because sneezing, I mean, when you have like a good solid sneeze, it feels good.
You don't sneeze like I do, then.
It feels good. When you're done, that feeling builds up. You're like, huh? And then you let it go, and you're like, oh.
No,
I feel like I
pieces
need
of-
a shower after a
Pieces
sneeze.
of brain come out when I do it. It's
You're
that
like, where the
violent.
hell is
Actually,
it
that
all?
actually explains quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm like, "Rah!" and you can just see a mist all around me.
You might have a concussion from doing it.
I might see if I can get some money from the
Can you
NFL.
give yourself a concussion from sneezing? Is that possible?
Your brain's moving around in your head.
You get shaving or whatever it's called,
You get what?
like where it's, I think where the brain like hits the front of your the front of your
Skull.
dome, your skull,
the inside of your skull.
You get shaving, I think is what they call it.
Huh.
And it like shaves off pieces of your brain.
It's not a true concussion, but yeah, it does damage by shaving.
It doesn't
More or less
seem
it-
right,
it rubs
but I
on
don't
it.
know any difference. So
I didn't watch that movie, but somebody was talking about it the other day, and it seemed legitimate.
Is it that movie Concussion?
No, I haven't seen that. I just said.
Oh,
Do you have a concussion?
maybe. What? How many fingers are you holding up?
I don't think that's how it works.
I've had one.
Recently?
No, a long, long time ago. Wrestling.
I thought.
I got slammed
I
on
can
my
believe
head.
that.
Sounds like you lost.
I feel like you did it wrong.
Oh, no, I was
Yeah.
knocked out.
So
you definitely
lost.
did it wrong.
Did the guy get up and like flex over your dead body?
No. No, he knew I was out and he was concerned. It was a teammate.
Oh.
Wow, that's even worse.
Oh, see, so it happened at practice. Damn.
Yeah, it was practice. I was a freshman. I was 110. I think he was like 181.
Why were you wrestling somebody who was 181 pounds?
You just do that.
It
It's
sounds like you
practice.
should have been dressed up in plastic, running with the showers on to cut weight. So it sounds like to me.
Oh no, I was good wrestling
My
at
question is,
110.
why'd you let him beat you?
No, not you, him.
Oh no, that's what he wrestled at 181.
Oh, why did you
That's
choke him
what-
out? Why didn't you choke him out
Oh,
afterwards?
this is my first year, so I didn't know anything.
Oh no, you fucking.
No excuses.
You have to establish dominance from the beginning.
He ended up going
Yeah.
to like Iowa State or something like that.
That's why I heat up a hot rod and I press it on their back.
Jesus Christ,
Not
you
burn
guys.
them. I mean, Dan said it right. You got to let them know. Like, I'll burn you.
Right.
You understand? I will burn you.
So anybody wrongs me, you know what I do? Reach into my pocket, slip my fingers in that little thing, pull out my little blade. I'm like, you know what? You really want to do this? They're like, whoa, man. Whoa, man, you crazy. I'm like, yep.
You cut the webbings of his fingers.
It's like, yep, I'm in charge, bitch.
I feel like that's never happened once ever.
When I was in school, somebody had a ring on the bus and they rubbed it on the fucking pleather seat
Oh, dude, and they touch to you?
and they touched the back of somebody's neck. No, not me. I was sitting there minding my own fucking business. Touch it to the back of somebody's neck, though.
Oh,
That person jumps up, smacks the kid, and then that kid gets in trouble
For smacking somebody.
for smacking somebody.
you know, I never gave a shit about that though, because I knew
Getting
in my
burned
head,
or smacking somebody.
I get in trouble for retaliating.
Yeah, like that. Retaliate.
I mean, you're not supposed to retaliate.
Well, I did. I don't care. No,
Says
yes,
who?
Yes, you are. Fuck what those people say. That's how the world works.
Yeah, says who, man?
That's why I keep a handful of baby powder on one side and a handful of glitter on the other side.
No, I got in trouble
It's my-
for starting shit.
That's not either. That's not okay either.
That's called being a bully.
Yeah. Got
You were a
suspended.
bully?
Oh, heck
You were
yeah.
110 fucking pounds. How are you
That
a
was
bully?
my freshman year.
You got slammed on your fucking head.
That's why that dude broke his fucking neck.
That was my freshman year. Don't count my
He was
sophomore,
closing
junior,
the
and
sink and
senior
turned the
year.
sink on. He's like, "Come here, motherfucker."
What do we have in
I got-
store for this episode? Anyway,
We have a lot in store.
And leave it at that. Not
okay,
turn it
that's
off.
it. Not
Hey,
really.
that was a good episode.
All
Yeah,
done.
Thanks for
I thought it
having
went
me.
pretty well.
And good night.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Gerald. I mean, this is maybe the most important show we do each year.
I agree with that.
Maybe.
What is
It's
for me?
important to have that maybe. Because I don't know if it is or not. You would have to decide that as a listener.
Yeah, I think it would be up to the listener to decide.
If this is your first time here, welcome. It's a weird episode to start on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But maybe the best episode to start on, too.
Maybe. Again, that word really, really very important in everything that we say. Like, you might like this podcast. Maybe. Dan might drink too much Mountain Dew, maybe.
Nah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
I don't.
It's time for the 4th annual. Is it the 4th?
Yep. Third.
You sure? The
Third
third.
annual.
Man, I don't know the answer to that.
I want to say
It's-
third.
We've done this before. It's time for the Swellness Awards. 2016.
The 2016 version.
You're probably thinking to yourself, what the fuck are the Swellness Awards? Those are our Game of the Year awards. We call them Swellness Awards because we're not like everybody else.
That's right.
And sometimes you play a game and your pants get a little tighter.
We call that swelling.
Yeah, because there's some swelling going on down there. And only some special games can give you that. Only those special moments that you share with your console
Yes.
or your handheld or your mobile phone. Only those special moments can make the material stretch a little. So we celebrate our loves for the year and some of the stuff we're looking forward to, and we don't do it like other sites. We don't boil it down to one list. So we actually all pick our favorites and we don't argue about it because we're all very different in our gaming needs and taste and wants. And we think it makes a better podcast for us to just tell you what we like.
And we feel that these awards should reflect the personalities that are a part of this podcast.
It's worth noting, if you're a developer or any way in charge or tied to these games, we don't actually hand out a real award.
Yeah.
Don't reach out to us. This is it. This is all you get.
Yeah, don't be looking for
Yeah,
your
right.
golden. I don't even know what
I'm more
the
than-
fuck we would have.
I feel like we're
gotta
more than
be a
happy
dick,
to
right?
submit a quote, though. Like, I'll make
Yeah,
you
well-
a graphic for your website and we'll submit a quote.
Man,
but there's
what
no,
about-
like, physical thing.
Listen, what about this though? What about a pair of pants that are slightly pitching a tent?
Like on a trophy? Or
Yeah,
just
like
as
a gold pair of pants with this kind of pitching
Yeah.
a tent a little bit.
I like that, yeah.
Not too much, but you're like, that's kind of a bulge.
Right. There's, like, something down the leg a little bit.
Could be a microphone. Could be a boner. Right.
Could be a roll
got
of
it.
quarters or a banana. I don't know.
Never know.
Could be a controller.
Might have a cue ball in his pocket.
Could be a Wii controller. Yeah.
It's not for us to say what is or isn't inside your pants.
No, all we know is
Could be a
there's a bulge
stiff
there.
dick from playing a good game. We don't know. We don't know. That's the point. Every game on this list meant something to each of us. We'll try to keep this episode kind of short because we know that it is Christmas times. We just celebrated the holiday. If you celebrate the Hanukkah, it's in full swing. So we just try to keep it brief, but we're going to touch on each game a little bit and why we voted for it. It should be a grand old time.
Yeah.
So we break it up into several categories. Our first category: best mobile / handheld. So we're going to do this in a round table fashion. We'll just go in order each time. Does that work for everybody?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Gerald, since this is your first time, why don't you start?
I picked Never Alone Kai.
You're going to need to talk about that because I don't know what it is.
Me either.
It was just like the PlayStation 4 game, and that's when I played it on there, and I saw it on the mobile. I was like, well, hell, let me try this out. It's a completely
Is that
different
little
game.
cat wolf looking thing?
Yeah.
It's a fox, isn't it? White fox
Like
and
the
the
white
little
Inuit
fox,
girl.
yeah.
And like
And the girl.
yeah.
It's very deep in Inuit legend, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it now.
Yeah, so I just played that on there, which is a completely different game than the PlayStation 4.
Is it like a side story or is it a retelling of the initial story? What is it?
It's
Like,
a,
how does that
it's
game
a-
work?
It's another version of that story, you should say.
Is it a port?
No, it's not a port. It's like a whole nother game. Like a part 2 or a 0.5
Okay.
or another mission, you can say.
What made it so good?
I haven't played the whole game through. I'm still working on it because each level is kind of long.
That's fine. There's a game on my list I haven't played at all. So don't feel bad. What makes Kai? What the fuck was it called? Never Alone
Never
Kai
Alone.
so good.
I don't know. It's just on the mobile, it was easy game to look at. It was something quiet. I can play with no sound, so I can be quiet.
Is it a good game for the bathroom? Because that matters to me.
That's why I picked it, because I can put it in the bathroom when I'm taking a shit at work. and no one can hear it.
Work and learn, buddy. Work and learn.
Yeah, that makes it a good game. All right, Dan.
Mine was Pokemon Go, for the obvious reasons.
Pokemon Go.
It's the only mobile game that I really spent any time with at all. I'm not really even a Pokemon guy, but I just think it's the only game that held my attention on a mobile phone. I'm not big into mobile gaming. We all know that. So to get me to have played this for like a month I didn't play it constantly, but I was on it more than you would expect me to be on a mobile game. So I've got to give it to Pokemon Go. Matt?
The only mobile game that I played this year was Uncharted Fortune Hunter, which pretty much was just an anticipation of Uncharted 4 releasing, and I think the only reason I really spent so much time with it was because of the unlockables for multiplayer, and then I ended up not really liking Uncharted 4 beyond the single player story, so it became kind of a waste of time. But it had that Lara Croft Go, Hitman Go vibe, so I was able to really kind of sink into that. I remember like waking up and starting a puzzle, and then like we're doing a puzzle before bed, and then like kind of in that rotation of, it seemed like it was my wake up and my in the day kind of a thing. And mobile games really aren't for me, but that one kind of got its hooks in me in a way that mobile and handheld usually doesn't.
All right, that leaves Ryan.
Pokemon Go.
Yep.
So Pokemon Go did something special. It made me active. So that's a big deal.
For a little while.
Seriously though, I know everyone has fallen off the Pokemon train, but that game brought people together in a time where I feel like we kind of needed that. Mm-hmm. In a way that I don't know another game could have. So even though it was obviously a fad, it was really neat to see that many different people together in a common space, all enjoying the same game, and people who don't normally play games playing games, grandmas and grandpas and little kids and people my age, and it was a really cool mixture of people, and I think even though it was silly and it wasn't for everybody, I think that game did something special, even if it was for just a couple months. That's your handheld category.
That's it. There are only 4 of us, so since we each took a turn, we're done with that category. That's how I like how that works.
Yeah, it's very
logical.
Yeah, it is. It has a real ending. It's ending people like too.
Right.
Not like Mass Effect 3.
Oh, shut up.
Best multiplayer of 2016. Gerald.
I had Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Dan? No, I'm just kidding. What made Call of Duty so special? So a little backstory on Gerald. He plays every Call of Duty.
Yeah. This was
because.
This was the best one the last 3 years. Maybe since Black Ops 3. The last 2 were horrible. I didn't like it at all. But this one I enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. Especially when the beta came out. That got me excited on it. And I couldn't wait to get the game.
Now, are you including Modern Warfare in this?
No.
Or you're saying just Infinite? Just Infinite.
Just Infinite.
Interesting.
Because it was Modern Warfare 2. That's, to me, the greatest Call of Duty ever made.
So why isn't it on the list? It's not a new game, I guess.
Yeah, because it's 10 years old.
Right.
but 8
no,
years
it was
old,
fun.
whatever it is.
Dan, why don't you shock us all with this answer?
My vote for best multiplayer is The Division.
Oh, shit.
God damn, really?
Well,
Shocker.
That's
I
surprising.
thought you were hanging on to that one for Game of the Year. Jesus.
The reason being is there's something for every type of multiplayer in this game. If you're a solo player, there is multiplayer for you to be a part of. Whether it's co-op, whether it's Dark Zone, whether it's survival PvE, survival PvP, If it's going through the missions co-op, you've got incursions, you've got challenges. It's got a matchmaking system for pretty much everything you do. No matter what kind of player you are, no matter what you're looking for out of your experience, you can find that in all the different multiplayer modes available to you in the Division without feeling like you're missing something or you have to be involved with other people. You don't. There are modes you can do without multiplayer, but they are much more fun with multiplayer. It's a great way to make friends because, especially the co-op aspects, everybody is working towards the same goal. So basically, it's just the diversity of the multiplayer that allows for different styles, play styles and such, is why the Division gets my best multiplayer for 2016. Matthew?
Mine's going to go out for Battlefield 1. DICE and EA did this really cool thing of going back to what made military first-person shooters popular in the first place, and the World War I angle really, really works, and in multiplayer it works especially well in that there's no like map or gadget to give you any advantage when you even like sniping is very skill based again. So they took team based first person shooter multiplayer and they took all of the like quick scoping and all of what has become tradition out of it and made it a skill thing again, which is really important. For me, it's best multiplayer because I have a lot of friends that play. It's one of the only games that my friends who live back in Seattle or in Arizona or back home in Kentucky will sit down and play together. So I have a lot of fun just catching up with people in there too. And the action's crazy, and it's really cool to kind of get that history angle on it too. It was a tight one between this one and Overwatch, but Battlefield 1 is definitely my best for this year.
So it sounds like they kind of I haven't played it. I probably won't play it, but it sounds like they have kind of slowed down the multiplayer in a certain sense to match the war era that it's taking place in.
Yeah, it's just fast in a different way. It's not about having... I mean, there are machine guns, and there are semi-automatic pistols, and not everything's like bolt action or single shot, or, you know, not everything is in your face, but it's also not like there's no heat vision, and if you fire a shot, you don't ping on a map. You know, the map is like there so that you can tell where you're supposed to go. It doesn't show where your enemies are. Just because they fired their gun. There's no, like, you feel a lot more like you have to focus on what's happening on the field, and a lot less like you have to rely on the equipment that you've been given. There aren't, like, perks. There aren't anything like that. Like, you really have to, like, you pick a gun and you get really good with that gun. Mm-hmm. And if you find yourself in a situation where you can't use that gun, you're not at a disadvantage because of... Like, the advantage is that, like, maybe you don't use your sidearm that much. You don't have
the disadvantage is you didn't learn any other type of weaponry.
Right, in a very, like, real situation, right? Like, if you are a sniper and you are traveling with a infantry and they go down, like, all you have is a sniper rifle and a sidearm with 8 shots in it. Like, you are, all of a sudden, you're like a sitting duck.
Right.
And so, like, you get this fear that normal multiplayer games you just kind of get frustrated with dying so fast, but Battlefield 1 you get this very, like, it's this very visceral multiplayer experience. It's really good. It really takes first person shooter and kind of refines it in a way that it hasn't been done in a very long time. They didn't take the same formula and rehash it.
All right, how about you, Ryan?
My pick is the game that I have not played yet.
I thought it might be.
Sitting under my Christmas tree for the last, or it sat under my Christmas tree for the last 3 weeks. It is Overcooked.
Now,
And
I have to ask before you go any further.
okay,
Considering that you haven't played this game,
yes,
why are you giving it best multiplayer?
it's a good question.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah,
I almost did the same thing.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
hear
ask
this.
not good questions.
So I've probably watched close to 5 hours of this game in Let's Plays, and I can't think of a game in a long time where I've seen people have this much fun together. And for the mood swings to go as extreme as they do in this game, from where you're laughing together so hard that you're crying and you're immediately yelling at the other person to do a better job. So it is a couch co-op. You're in a kitchen and you have to prepare a meal, and it takes everybody doing their parts for 1 to 4 players, but it's all couch co-op stuff, and it's the kind of game that anybody can play together. You don't need you don't have to be a gamer to play this. And there's just something like quirky and fun about it. It's got that Nidhogg feel, but it's fun in a game in a way that like the Lego games are fun to play with somebody else. But it's very simple and intuitive and easy to pick up, and I don't know. I'm excited about playing it, and I didn't find all my multiplayer this year has for the most part been Rocket League, and this is the game with multiplayer that has interested me the most that came out this year. I just have not been lucky enough to play it yet, but I have it sitting on a shelf.
I got this one also for Christmas, so I suspect that there will be some like share play happening on our PS4s pretty soon. Because I'm very excited to play this game.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's cheap too. It's $20.
Yeah,
and that's for the Gourmet Edition, which comes with all the DLC.
Not
So
bad.
that's my choice. I think I'm okay with it. I'm going to be clear to the listeners that I haven't played it, but I don't think you'll be disappointed if you take that recommendation and go purchase it. It's the kind of game you can play with your wife, your kids, your brother, your cousin, your grandmother. It's that kind of game. It's great for party nights if you have people come over, things like that. It's time for the stealth category, the sleeper hit.
Sleeper.
It's just stealth. It's only stealth games.
The sleeper hit put you to sleep. Sleeper hit 2016, the game that we didn't think we were going to enjoy, that we enjoyed. Gerald,
Mine was Gone Home.
you and Dan could talk about this longer than I would want.
We won't.
No, we won't. It was a cute
Thank
game.
goodness.
It lasted what?
It's a
like
cute
2
game.
hours.
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Like adorable game.
yeah, because it was a little girl looking for her sister, trying to find out what happened.
Spoiler alert.
God damn with the spoilers, Gerald.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Game came
Well,
out a long time ago.
Don't feel
Oh, it came out
bad
this
because
year.
he kind of got the spoiler wrong. So
Yeah,
he didn't actually ruin much for anybody because he got the spoiler wrong.
what was wrong? The girl came home.
But she wasn't a little girl.
Well, she was a teenager
Coming home from
in college. Yeah, to me, she was
That's
a
not
little
a little girl. That's
I'm
not a
old
little
enough
girl.
I'm old enough to be her dad.
She's a tween, Dan.
She's coming home from college.
Yeah.
From
So she's an
college.
adult.
Yeah, but to me,
She's-
she's a little
yeah.
girl. I'm old enough to be her dad. That's a little girl.
18 and older is an adult.
But she's a little girl to me because she's old
All
enough
right.
to be my kid.
Hold on to those morals
If you had a
forever.
baby when you were 10, maybe.
I'm almost 40. I turned 40 in like 5 months.
For reals?
Yeah,
I didn't realize you were fucking ancient.
yeah.
Huh. Did not realize
How old are you,
that.
Dan? How hard is it to throw stones from your glass house?
I thought I'm not. I
This
thought he
took
was
an odd
younger.
turn
I thought
and
he
is
was
no
younger
longer about
than
the
that.
video
I thought
game.
he was more like you guys' age.
No, I'm
All
39.
this time I've known him, I never known he was just a few years younger than me.
Tell us about your sleeper hit, Dan.
My sleeper hit. This is the only time that you'll probably see any of us double up, but I had to go with Pokemon Go again.
Pokemon Go.
Not just because I knew this game would be a hit with others. I never would have guessed that I would play it for a month or a little longer. I would never would have guessed that I would actively be searching for different Pokemon at different stops and battling. I would have never guessed that.
Pokestops, man, I miss those.
So I got to go with Pokemon, and not just that, but even though it was expected to be a hit, I don't know that it was expected. The expectation was there for it to become the cultural phenomenon that it did for, 3 months or so. So Pokemon Go is my sleeper hit.
Pokemon Go.
Matthew, your turn.
Yeah, so my pick is going to be weird because it got Game of the Year at the Game Awards. But my sleeper hit of this year is Overwatch. So this is a game that Blizzard put out that kind of crossed two genres of game. It's kind of an FPS, like Team Fortress style multiplayer, but it's kind of a fucking MOBA too. And when it came out with Battleborn and Paragon around the same time, I didn't really expect any of them to go anywhere. I kind of expected Overwatch to be one of those games that like the MOBA nerds and the Counter-Strike nerds play on Steam. I didn't expect it to kind of take over like it has. And Overwatch is easily some of the most fun that I've had this year. It is quirky characters, class-based, first-person shooting in a multiplayer arena. But how many people you kill doesn't matter. It only matters if your team wins. So it's got that MOBA angle of like really all that matters is if the 5 of you can come together for a win. Or I guess 6 of you. How many fucking people are there?
It comes down to working as a team to
right. But you have to. But everybody has to accept their
role,
their weaknesses, and everybody has to play to their strengths. So if you want with all of your heart to play as the ninja, but you're no fucking good as the ninja, and you have to be the healer, like the game tells you, like there's too many offensive people, there's too many defensive people, there's not enough healers, there's not enough tanks. You have to look at what the team needs, and you have to go, man, I really want to play this character, but I'm a really good healer, so I'm going to step back and take this support role and make sure that my team wins, because if I get 100 kills and we still lose it was all for fucking nothing. Overwatch takes what makes first-person multiplayer games fun and turns it on its ear, in like an insanely unique way. I wish that all of you were playing it. It is one of, and it's got that Rocket League thing. Each match is like 5 minutes long. The arena is like super small. It's all about just kind of running for the goal, communicating with your people, explaining like, hey, I need like you stay back, you go to this point, I need a heal, like somebody come in, do this. Like there's a lot of communication that happens. And every time you level up, you get a little box that unlocks like 4 or 5 things, and your character becomes unique based on the more that you play, and you get these random unlocks. So it's got that thing to keep you going. Even if you get really good as one healer, you may want to try out the other one because you're a good healer, but you want the different gear. So you've maxed one character out, I'm going to go play as the next one. And so it's got that that replay value is not only in the how short the matches are and how fun they are, but also in the kind of getting to know each character and like really learning to play your role in the team. It's a really cool game.
Now, have you got into the microtransactions at all?
No, you don't need to.
Well, you don't need to, but you can to get more stuff quicker.
But everything unlocks. It's exactly like Rocket League. Like, sure, you can get in there and like buy the stuff and have it now, but the game, the more you play it, you will eventually unlock everything.
Yeah, Rocket League's not like that anymore. You have to spend money now to get stuff.
Gotcha. Well, it's not like that, and it's definitely more of the vanilla Rocket League. Like, if you play, you will eventually unlock everything. Right. The like holiday specials, like the thing that's going on, through the Christmas holiday, where you could unlock special Christmas outfits and special Christmas spray paints and stuff like that. They kind of do those seasonally, so there's a reason to get on and kind of stay involved, and you get these special costumes for the characters that you like. It's Blizzard knows how to make money, and they know how to make a great game, and this is definitely one of them. What do you have? What's yours?
Mine is Arkham VR, the only VR game to make my Swellness Awards. And this is a game a lot of people are excited about. I know Batman's a big deal to a lot of people, but he's not to me. I didn't expect to like this game because it was Batman and because of the hype, but it was a truly unique experience, and it was really cool. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, but I don't know how you play that game and don't finish it in one sitting, because you're totally in. The story is good. I call it a story, but just the idea of being Batman is cool. It's not really the story so much as that you look down and you're him.
See a rock hard boner.
Yeah, you look into a mirror and you are the Bat.
I am Batman.
Yeah. There's the interesting part, and I talked about it before, but when you first put the suit on, it lowers down the mirror, and you see yourself, and it tracks your movement 1-to-1. So everything you do with your hands and your face, and you're just him doing those things. So you're dancing and shit. You're doing things that he would never do. And it's just really cool. It was a really cool experience, and it's the game that if someone came over and you're like, hey, do you have 2 hours, that's the one you would show them. Because even though some of the other VR experiences they make more sense if you're just going to put it on for 5 minutes. Like, if you want to get a full experience, I think Batman does a great job showing you what VR could be. So, that's why it's my sleeper hit.
All right, well, those are our sleepers, so now it's time for our next category, which we like to call Best Indie Game.
Best Indie Game 2016.
Mine was
Gerald?
No Man's Sky.
No Mansky.
No Man's Sky. People forget because of all the publicity, but No Man's Sky made by a very small team at Hello Games of about 15 people.
Yeah. I don't know how it's your game of the year. You're only on one planet, Gerald.
Hey.
Well, it's not his game of the year, it's his best indie game.
So
indie
best
game,
indie game, I should say.
As
Yeah.
soon as you get the category
Let's
right.
start there. Fuck you, Dan. I get it, guys. Assholes.
Hey, Dan, be wrong.
Yeah, I did. I pulled that shit off like you wouldn't believe, like an old pro.
Can you let Gerald talk? It's his time.
No,
He's got the floor.
no, I like that game. It reminded me of Minecraft in space. So that's the games
Except
I
for the
like.
building and the combat and the
Yeah,
overall look.
All the squares.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
everything about it screams Minecraft when I jump in there.
Well, it did me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this. All the
I will say the feeling I had is similar to the one I have when I play Minecraft, in that there's no agenda really other than what I decide to do.
Right.
The game doesn't give a shit what I do. And those are those are the kind of games I would play to fill that same time void. Like, if I want to play but I don't know what I want to play, I think No Man's Sky definitely fit the bill the same way that Minecraft did for me.
That's why I stayed on that one planet for a month and a half, destroying it.
You did. You devastated that planet to the point where nothing could ever survive on it.
You definitely got to role play as an environmental terrorist. That's for sure.
Yeah. You're the bad guy in No Man's Sky anyways.
Yeah,
We
for sure.
made that revelation when No Man's Sky came out. You're the enemy.
That's why the Sentinels
Yes.
were after me every time.
Yeah, because you're going to every planet and you're taking their
Just-
resources.
Yeah, just eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
Fracking.
All right, Dan.
My best indie was Oxenfree on the PS4. I talked a little bit about Oxenfree when I played it. Oxenfree has a little bit of a Life is Strange sense to it, in that it's teenagers, there's a mystery, that kind of thing. But it goes a little deeper, and it's more so about exploring the past relationships of these characters and how they've come to be in the situations they are now, how they've grown, things that have happened that have turned them into the people that they are now. And you guys know me. I always like those revelatory games that make those kinds of revelations and things. So, Oxenfree is my indie game of the year. Matt, you fucking bag of dicks, it's your turn.
All right, my best indie for 2016 is also No Man's Sky. This game gets a lot of shit for everything that it wasn't, but considering the one page worth of credits and the small team that made it, this game is phenomenal. It's huge for what they were able to accomplish. The update that came out a couple of weeks ago, it didn't change the game drastically, but it made the game something new again. And this is one of those games, kind of like Destiny, that if they can continue to improve on on the foundation that they have, they can very much end up with a game that is exactly like everyone envisioned when they announced it. I think they can really reach what their ultimate vision for the game was. And also, there was just something kind of magical about that game. The first time I played it, it's still on my top 5 list of like must-play games, greatest games of all time. The first time that you hop into your spaceship and you just turn it vertical and fly into outer space is one of the coolest video game moments I've ever experienced. As a sci-fi fan, that's one of the coolest things I've ever done in a video game, is travel to a different solar system, travel to a different part of the galaxy, and land on a planet and fly back. Like, that idea of space travel is so cool, and that game captured that feeling so well. Great game, and don't listen to all the bullshit and negativity. Go buy that game. It's fantastic.
Ryan, do you have a best indie of 2016?
I do.
What would it be?
It would be Stardew Valley.
No way.
Yeah.
No,
This scratches an itch for me personally. If you're the kind of person who loves the old school Harvest Moon, but done right, you know, that it definitely takes from things like Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing, but it's very unique. It's very much its own thing, and it's fun, and it's, I don't know, like, there's something simple about it, in that same Minecraft way that Gerald was talking about. No Man's Sky, like, there's something just peaceful about that game that you can just put on when you don't feel like playing anything else, and you can just enjoy, like, running around town and talking to the people and the relationships and who you decide to have a relationship with, and if you want to fish that day, or if you want to go down in the cave, or if you don't want to do anything but collect shit, or maybe you just want to talk to people, or maybe you want to work on your farm, maybe you want to, you know, make a bigger fence for your chickens to go, like, whatever you want to do. Like, that game, just inside that game you can still do whatever you want to do each day, and it's, I don't know, for me that's the kind of game that I want to see more of. You know, not necessarily farming, but, you know, those types of games that somebody pours their heart and soul into, and it's just a charming experience that I don't think there's a way to not enjoy it once you start playing. So, Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Check it out.
Those are our indie games. What's the next category?
So
close.
This is the kind of, this is so close. But we like to call it the mini chub, because this is the Swellness Awards.
Also known as AKA the semi chub.
Yeah, I like to call it mini chub. You call it semi chub, like a semi tractor trailer. Semi.
Only with a chub.
Semi.
With a, like when it's not all the way swell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like half.
But there's something going on.
Uh-huh.
Right.
There's a little,
Like,
there's
you
a little
flex it hard
twinge.
enough, you're gonna, watch out.
Like, you could probably still do something with it
Maybe.
if you had to.
If you had to. Right.
Right. So this is the game that and we're probably justify our reasons, but this game is special, but it's not swell, but it's definitely getting there.
There's something that just wasn't there.
This is kind of the honorable mention category.
Right. Gerald.
Dragon Quest Builders.
Oh,
So this is going to get awkward in
Ryan's
about
got to
2
be
categories.
pissed right here. Ryan's got to be pissed right here.
It's going to get awkward in 2 categories.
That was my mini chub. Brian told me about it, and he was like, hey, if you like Minecraft, this might be a game for you. So I played the demo and had fun with it, but it just didn't grab me yet for me to buy the whole game for $60.
What did you not enjoy?
The story aspect of it, where you have to keep on going up to the people, and they give you little quests. Oh, build this, do this.
So the story.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
to.
So
I'd rather play the
to
free
be a
mode.
renegade and just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's fair. Fair enough.
Moving
okay?
along.
You okay with that, Ryan?
Oh, it's fine. Everybody can have their own shitty opinion. That's not a problem, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be wrong. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, you can be wrong. That's what's so great about America. Next.
I guess it's time for my mini chub, huh? You guys aren't gonna like mine. You guys are gonna be a little upset with mine too. My mini chub is Uncharted 4.
Oh, hey, you know what? This is a good pick. I almost picked this one too. I came very close.
The gameplay was great. The story was good. I had no problems with any of that. This game dropped so many notches the way it ended. The ending completely took so much away from this game. Essentially what it says is, as long as you're a likable dickhead, everything works out for you great in the end.
I'll agree with you on this, Dan. Uncharted 4 was. I mean, this isn't my mini chub game, but I came very close to putting this game on the list myself. Uncharted 4, the story for the first half, I'm sold every second of it, and then every cutscene ends the same way. Like, you think somebody dies and they reappear, in this kind of unlikely scenario of oh man, you're falling off, I'm hanging on by a pinky. Oh, you're gonna die? No, I just you get shot through the coat. Like it's always something like that. It's always one of those haha we got you moments from Naughty Dog, and it becomes predictable.
Yeah,
There's a point where that game became very predictable, and even though the gameplay and the action was fantastic, by the end of it, you're just like, come the fuck on. And then that ending, and you're like, all right, whatever, like, fine.
I don't have a problem with the cliffhangers like you did. I mean, I kind of expect that. I've watched enough TV to kind of expect those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But the ending, the way the end is just not right to me.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a guy who has basically shit on everybody in over the course of those three or four games, and more if you take into account Golden Compass and all those. He is
Golden Abyss.
Yes, that's what it is, Golden Abyss. At different times, he has shit on all these people, and they come back. And he has lied to these people, and they've come back. This series should have ended with consequences to his actions. Instead, there is no consequences to anything he's done in any of those games, and he just gets to go on and live his happy life.
Yeah, and the when we both finished it, the first time we got to talk about it on the show, both of us said that it felt like he didn't earn that ending.
That
Nate
ending was
didn't earn
undeserved.
that. Yeah, I agree 100%.
So, Uncharted 4 is my mini job. I guess it's your turn now, man.
Yeah,
I liked Uncharted 4.
Me too.
So after all
I
that,
enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but the ending.
after Uncharted 3 and after The Last of Us, I expected more. Yeah, that multiplayer wasn't great. That story was meh. I expected more out of Naughty Dog at that point.
It was
my mini chub is going to be The Last Guardian, and I talked about this at length last week on the show. I want to love this game. I want to love it the same way I loved the other two. There's something special about having it in my hands, but it is a fight to enjoy it. Like, I feel like I'm having to force myself to play it, and I know how that's gonna end. It's gonna end with me just turning it off one day and never picking it back up. The camera's bad, the mechanics are bad. It is beautiful, but it feels like an old era PS2 or a very shitty PS3 title, and it is clunky, and there's no saving it. You know, it's just one of those things that came out, we finally got it, and maybe it was better as one, you know, as a Half-Life 3, as a one of those. Are we ever going to get it? Maybe it was better that way, but for better or worse, we got it. I'm going to force myself to finish it. It's just that idea of how much I want to love it and how much I can't. It's not that I'm not. It's like I'm disappointed, but not really. So, you know, it is what it is. Those games happen. What about you, Ryan?
My mini chub goes to the game that I probably played the second most this year, No Man's Sky. I sunk a lot of hours in this game, and I really enjoyed this game. But I think it's clear that something's missing. I think they're working the right direction, but that game is really close to what I needed it to be. It just fell short. You know, like you were saying earlier, there's something breathtaking about the vastness of that game.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that you can actually go anywhere, and the scale is insane, and the idea that even though those planets are huge, at any point you can jump in your ship and you can fly straight up into space, and you can go to space stations and other planets and stuff. I didn't let the hype get to me. I didn't let the speed bumps that everybody else had with the things that Sean Murray said and the fact that they went quiet. You know, I don't care about any of those things. I think that's a great game that just was missing that thing to make it a special game. So it gets my mini chub of 2016.
Mini chub's not bad.
No, it's not
At all.
It's not, Gerald.
But it's not a full raging boner though.
It's sure not bad.
Not bad at all.
Right. Now it's time for our most anticipated game of 2017. This is something unreleased that has to have we have at least seen a teaser trailer for 2017, or an announcement or something saying 2017. Why don't you start us off, Gerald?
Lego Worlds for the console.
Excited about that, huh?
I'm a Lego fan. Huge
true.
Lego fan.
You are.
And I can't
I
wait.
do-
Minecraft with
I'm also
Legos? Oh, beautiful.
I'm excited about that game too.
I'm curious about that game, but I am cautiously optimistic. The demos, the trailers for it look cool, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays.
It probably won't be one I'll get. I'm not excited for it. I probably won't pick it up. The Lego games are fun for what they are, but I kind of feel they've been played out.
And you loved Minecraft.
Yeah, and I loved Minecraft. Absolutely adored it.
So there's that.
So
Yeah, I just have so many ideas I can do. With
sure.
Legos, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it too. I hope that I don't let my imagination get too out of control with what that game's going to be when it comes to console.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of, I'm going to buy it regardless, but I'm kind of in the same boat as Matt. Like, this could be really awesome, or they could really fuck it up.
Oh, this could be my mini chub for next year. The game that almost...
Could be. It could be. Be a lot better than your mini chub from this year.
No, my mini chub this year was great.
Dan, now it's time for your most anticipated game of 2017.
really, do I
Goddamn.
even need to mention it?
I think everybody knows.
Surprise us all.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, wow.
Of
really?
course.
Damn.
No, I don't.
Interesting.
Nothing more needs to be said. Matt, what's yours?
This is going to be a weird one. For the first time in a long time, I'm very, very, very excited for a Nintendo game. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my pick on this one. The Switch is something that I'm cautiously optimistic about, but this new Legend of Zelda game looks fun. It looks like something new. It looks like
Does it look like they're switching it up?
No, it looks like they're kind of turning the tables. Shoes on the other foot. It looks like they've taken something familiar and they've done
Switched it up.
something new with it. They've transformed it, if you will.
They've switched it. God damn it!
It's gotten a facelift into something that it needed. It needed to grow and become modern, but still be Zelda, and it looks like it's going to. And I really can't wait to play it. But I really hope that when the price and the specs come out for the Switch, that I don't write it off to the point where I miss this game. You know?
Yeah, I just need to interrupt you real quick. Quit being a dick and just acknowledge Ryan's fucking pun.
No,
because he's really proud of it. So just tell him how sweet it was, so he'll shut up and you can move on.
It's not sweet. I'm done. It's not sweet.
You should probably switch your stance on that.
I'll not be flip flopping on anything, sir.
I mean, we should change Wii U mind. You see how I forced that one in there?
Yeah, that one was not good. Your Switch ones were good.
I switched it up. Tried something different.
Just say your game, goddamn it.
What's your most anticipated for next year, Ryan?
My most anticipated is a game that Matt's totally wrong about. It is Horizon Zero Dawn. This is going to be Sony's next big franchise. And this game is going to be great. Not good, great.
What's the last Gorilla game that you just couldn't put down?
That doesn't have anything to do with anything. When's the last Hello Games? What's the last Hello Games that you put on your top 5 games of all time? Joe Danger sure as fuck wasn't up there.
That's true.
That's true. Play Horizon. Pre-order it, buy it. That game is going to be good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good too.
Now it's time for the swellest of all categories.
The swellest.
The swellest. I should have let into that differently. As it turns out, I said the name of it in it.
Maybe we should write a script for this thing.
Nah. That wouldn't be like us.
No. We don't write a script for anything.
People don't like production value.
No.
Not with us.
There's a writer's strike.
The swellest of all. Right, that's true.
Do you realize how bad this would be if we tried to follow a script?
Man, it'd be real good.
It would not be real good. It would be a fucking train wreck.
Next, with his swellest pick, Dan.
Oh, you're making me go first?
No, I'm saying that's how it would go if it was scripted.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be Gerald. I got it.
No, I mean, not that. It was scripted.
Oh. Jesus, it's lost.
All right, I'm going to switch topics.
Do that, please.
So this is our game of the year, our swellest, the one that made the pants tighter than all the others, the ones that we had trouble getting out of our basketball shorts while we were playing. Our game of the year, 2016. Gerald, start us out.
Uncharted 4. I had no issues with the ending. I liked it. I liked all the cutscenes.
You like happy endings?
Yeah, I love happy endings.
It's okay to keep talking after you say that.
I didn't know where you guys wanted to go with that. Because I can go a lot
I
of
knew
ways.
exactly where we were going with it.
I wasn't going anywhere other than it's a happy story at the end.
No, I enjoyed the game from front to back. It was better than 3, not as good as 2, but it was my game of the year. Had no issues with it like Dan and Matt did.
Now, how did it make you feel that somebody put your game of the year on their mini chub list?
It don't bother me.
Okay.
Everyone has different games. As long as we've known each other,
I'm just checking temperatures.
Have different opinions about games. Unlike you, get mad.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's right. Everybody can be wrong.
Happy endings. See?
That's what makes it so great. Dan, hit us with your swellest game of the year.
My swellest game of the year is a little title that I and the rest of the world likes to call Firewatch for the PS4.
Whoa. Nice.
Firewatch is a lot of people would call it a walking simulator. In a certain sense, I suppose that's true. However, I mean, the way Firewatch starts is very reminiscent of the beginning of the Pixar movie Up. It starts on a down note. It makes you feel emotional. From there, it's all about discovering hope, discovering the truth and the lies in being an adult. It's got this little mystery mixed in that you think is going to be something huge, and it turns out it involves those same themes that you're trying to discover for yourself. Without spoilers, it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense, but I don't want to spoil this game for anybody because that's all part of it. To me, this is very much a spiritual successor to Life is Strange, which was my Swellness last year. Life is Strange was all about discovering yourself and finding, discovering who you were as you were going from adolescence into adulthood, what you were about, who your friends really were, that kind of thing. Firewatch is very much about, now that you've determined who you are, how do you react to what life does with that information? How life affects who you are. Once you've grown into a person, things happen that are out of your control. How do you react to those? There's only 2 characters in this whole game. You never see any of their faces. It's strictly done. The voice work is phenomenal in this game. It's just anybody. This would be a great game to introduce somebody who's never played games, who maybe your father, maybe even your grandfather, somebody, I would say maybe 40 on up who's never played a video game. I don't know who you would find, but I'm sure they're out there. This would be a great game to bring them in on because it's very simple, but the emotions behind it are complex, and it's very relatable for someone who's maybe actually experienced a little bit of life, both the magic and the tragic, so to speak. That's what Firewatch does. For that reason, it gets. You guys know I'm big on how it makes you feel emotionally and how stories go and things like that. And so, for that reason, Firewatch gets my game of the year.
How is it not the Division? How is it not the Division?
Yeah,
I don't get that
me
either.
neither.
It's a fantastic choice, but you talked about the Division every day this year.
No less than 74 hours of audio on the Division.
No, I understand that, but the Division is. The Division it's a shooter, and it started out not a particularly great one. It's fun for me.
Yeah,
I know that, and when I tell people, I tell them I have a great. I don't know if you'll like it. I have a great time with it. There's a lot of people out there that don't like it, but I love this game. That's what I tell people about the Division. Firewatch, I will tell people, no, you need to play this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is so Firewatch is a game that I've played before, and I just picked up a copy on limited run for PS4, and I'm hoping that this will be one that Ricky picks up and plays. Lego is pretty much all that she's ever played, but this is one of those games like Journey. Like, I feel like anybody could pick it up no matter how much you know about video games. And maybe Firewatch even more so. It's so simple. If you can just figure out how to make yourself look where you're supposed to look, you're going to be fine.
Dude, get her Life is Strange.
Yeah,
that's another good starter too.
Yeah, I feel like Firewatch is a better starter because it's a little bit easier to digest and it's a little bit faster. Like, it's there's
but there is less to do in Firewatch.
Right, which I think is probably why it's a little bit easier. Like, the story comes a little bit easier. There's a lot less mechanically to do. Life is Strange is one that I want to play. But yeah, great game. Good choice. Is it me? My
It's
turn?
you, yeah.
All right. My Swellness game this year is an indie gem called Hyper Light Drifter. It is a small team. They made a great game using Game Maker Studio. It was a Kickstarter-funded game. It was originally slated to launch in 2014 with like a $30,000 budget, and they ended up hitting like a $500,000. And we're finally able to put the game out. And when it first launched earlier this year, there was a little bit of an issue with frame rate, and the game seemed to not be optimized for any of the systems that are released on for PC. And then when it finally hit PS4, it seemed to not work for that. They released an update a few months back that really fixed the frame rate. This is that game. I would say it's the opposite of Firewatch. It is not for everybody. It is for the kids who liked Metroidvania. It's for the kids who liked Legend of Zelda. Like, if those were what you loved growing up, it's this. It's a very stylized, like, pixel art, isometric action platformer. The story is not told at all in any way other than pictures. You'll meet a character. There's no written language. You'll interact with them, and you'll get, like, 3 frames. And kind of in the way that Journey had you just kind of piece the story together on your own, this game kind of does it similar. But it's got a very rewarding combat system. It's got a very pleasing aesthetic, and the music's fantastic, and the sound effects are on point. And it reminds me very much of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, but just grown up for us now. You know, great game. If you haven't grabbed it, support those guys. It's a small team, Heart Machine, that put it together. The director had gone through some health problems during the production, and man, grab it. It's a fantastic piece. What about you, Ryan? What is yours?
My Swellest is a game that Gerald knows a thing or two about. Dragon Quest Builders. I spent the most time with this game on console this year, and it was perfect for what I wanted. I got it when it came out, but I waited a little while to play it. It does have a Minecraft feel to it, but it's very much its own thing. It almost pokes fun at Minecraft sometimes, just in the way that there are minecarts and stuff in there. It's self-aware. The story is silly and goofy and fun, and if you took Minecraft and you made it your own and you put a story to it, that is Dragon Quest Builders. But it does something unique in that it makes you create these things that ultimately you have to leave. And I think that is neat for a game that revolves around building and creating and kind of shaping each chapter to make it your own. So you spend all this time and effort and energy into building this perfect thing, only to leave it and to move on and start something totally different. And I don't know, it's the way it's paced. Everything about it was fun, and it was the right amount of gameplay, the right amount of story, and the right amount of just goofing off and building. And I don't know, I think if you give this game a chance and you like those kind of games, it's worth $60. It's long. I probably have 60 hours in that game.
Long. From
start to finish. Everything but the boss fight at the very, very end I thought was perfect in its execution as far as completing what that game is in that package. And it all works so well together, and especially the last chapter is so well done in the way it works and just the art style of the entire thing. It's a great game, and I think it's very deserving of my Swellest award for 2016.
Dragon Quest Builders, everybody.
That's right. Let's recap the Swellest games of 2016. Hyper Light Drifter for Matt. Uncharted 4 for Gerald. For some reason, Matt or Dan has Firewatch and not The Division.
Yep.
And I had Dragon Quest Builders. It's so weird.
What's weird?
Yeah,
You
I
talked about that
expected
game so much.
I
know,
thought the
but-
Division would be
Okay, but-
your everything.
Just because you spend a lot of time with a game doesn't
A lot
necessarily
of time
mean
doesn't
it's...
even
Hold on.
cover the base. Dan.
Hold on. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best game you played that year.
That's true. You're right. It just strikes me as odd also. It seems like you love that game so much, like you never found anything better.
I do love that game, but I love that game for exactly what it is. Which is run around and shoot people and open chests.
You
And
get
get
new
puffy jackets.
new puffy coats.
A puffy coat.
New
Puffy
North
coat and
Face.
new gloves.
Look, I
I
got
do
North
North
Face,
Face.
guys.
New Columbia gloves with the Arctic interior.
Look, I can
padding.
text. This one's got a text finger.
Text finger. So you could hit your smartphone.
Anything, Dan?
I got a cool fucking hat. Cool mesh cap.
You told me the other night you got new gloves.
I did get new gloves.
But I knew you didn't mean like badass shooter gloves. I knew you meant like winter gloves.
No, I got new gloves in survival though.
They have an ice scraper on there so you can.
No.
Like the mitten with the,
The
blade
mitten
that
with
sticks
the ice
out.
scraper?
Yeah.
That fucking fuzzy mitten.
Yeah. I got fresh new mittens, bro. The freshest mittens.
It's in
Let's go
survival.
hit that sweet powder. I hear there's some fresh
God.
powder up on the mountain.
There's some fresh powder.
There's no mountains in New York City.
It wasn't not real in New York City, but in the Division, New York City.
You telling me there
still
can't be
no
fresh
mountains.
powder in New York City?
Well, they can get fresh powder, yeah, but they're not
There
going
you go.
anywhere with it. They're not downhill
Isn't it-
skiing with it.
Isn't Steep part of the Division?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think it's all the same universe.
Okay, well, it's like Colorado, still not New York City.
That checks out.
They're just going out there to rip that sweet snow.
To blaze that sweet powder.
I got a quick
Yeah,
question.
brah.
I got a quick question.
Okay.
Did anybody happen to tweet or email us with any of their picks?
Yes. Another quick follow-up question. Does anybody happen to have that ready?
No.
Seems like a weird question to ask then, Dan.
Why is it a weird question to ask? I just wanted to know.
Because I'm asking the social media managers.
No.
I don't think that we. I think somebody gave us a list of their top 5 games for the year. I don't think there was
No.
a.
No, there was an answer per category. This is the
but
sound
there
of
was-
people who didn't do their job.
I've got it. I did it. Don't worry.
I'm on it.
You weren't
I
ready
did.
for it,
Oh
Dan.
yeah, Garrett's got it.
I was ready for it. Our good friend Garrett Wade sent in his picks. I'm going to go through category and then
You should
game.
also give his Twitter handle.
His Twitter handle is @gwade289.
Follow Garrett.
Follow Garrett. He actually put his Swellness first. I'm going to save his Swellness for last
Just read the
I don't
fucking
see-
list.
because that's the way it
Read the
should be done.
list.
I feel
I don't
like
see his. I don't see his Swellest. I see his multiplayer sleeper indie most anticipated.
Okay, what I've got.
I
Here we
think
go.
I think he's meaning the most swell list and the multiplayer is the same game.
Jesus Christ,
What is
just
Mob?
What are you talking about?
He's got.
read it. Just
My
read the
Swellest?
list.
Oh my god.
Mobile, probably.
Oh, mobile. That's what it is.
I got this. Just calm down. Pipe down.
Oh
there.
my gosh.
I got this.
Train wreck.
Our good friend Garrett Wade brings in his mobile game is Bloons Tower Defense 5.
Balloons are good. Those are fun games.
I don't know anything about it. Like I said, I don't play very many.
Yeah, they're fun.
Next up is his sleeper. His sleeper is Doom.
Yeah, I'll allow that also.
For
Yeah.
his multiplayer, he has Titanfall 2, which I've heard is fantastic.
Yeah,
His-
yeah.
His most anticipated is For Honor. Matt, this is the one you're interested in.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's gonna like it. So it's weird that you're excited about it.
It's fine that he's excited about it. He'd be excited for whatever he wants to.
All right.
His semi-chub, mini-chub, so close, is Recore.
I will definitely allow that
Yeah, that's
because that
that's it
game.
for sure.
It's one I got sitting on my shelf, but it was one I got really excited about too.
It's like $19.99 right now. I really want to pick it up.
Pick it up, bro.
And for his swellest, is again Titanfall 2.
Made the list twice.
I'll allow it there more so than multiplayer.
Why exactly?
Yeah.
Because I think what that game is doing that is special is the single player, the campaign that they added.
Okay.
I don't think the multiplayer in that game is as special. Especially when I don't think it's a better game than Battlefield or Call of Duty. But I think what it's doing with its single player in the way that it's not just a shooter and that there are platforming and things like that. I think that what that game is setting what's setting that game apart is the big picture, that it's becoming its own thing and it's not trying to be like the other guys. Because its campaign is totally different.
Yes, I agree with that. I also think, but I don't know because I haven't played it yet. Again, it's another one I want to. But I've heard that the maps really make the multiplayer pretty amazing this time around in Titanfall 2. Like I said, I don't know that. I've read it. I've talked to some people, and they said the way the maps are constructed this time around really puts a lot more emphasis on the parkour aspects of your soldiers, and it really changes the dynamic of the mechs. Like I was reading somewhere on the internet, somebody talked something about how they were, I guess, rodeoing a Titan, somebody else's Titan. They were on the Titan, and whoever it is popped the hood of the Titan, so both of them went in the air, both of the soldiers. Well, someone used a grapple hook to grapple to them and then kicked them and killed them in midair while they were. And that just sounds so fucking cool to me. That sounds like Just Cause 3. That just sounds like chaos and destruction.
I do like chaos and destruction.
I love them both. It's even better when they go hand in hand, when you can do both.
It's true. That's not the only announcement we have regarding our friend Garrett Wade. Back on episode 200, we launched our Patreon. For those who have never checked it out, patreon.com/Gamestitch, with the hope of making this show better, making this show more like what you guys want it to be, and also getting you involved, giving you sweet-ass rewards and things like that. Our first goal, though, was to play a game from our back catalog that was chosen by our friends on the show. And Garrett has... he supported us, of course, from day one, but he has upped his pledge in order to check that goal off for us. Woo! So we will be very soon. We'll be picking a game for each other.
Now we're gonna pick those on air, correct?
Correct.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we'll compile a list of games that we have in our back catalog that we haven't played, and then we will choose those on air. No talking about it before. This will be totally organic, and the two other people will have a conversation together and choose the other person's fate.
Now we're gonna give the lists up like a week ahead of time.
We need time to think about it and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be a chance for you guys to veto what's on the list too.
We'll see that. Yeah, but I don't want to have discussions. So, like for your game, I don't want me and Dan to have any discussions other than this shouldn't count or take this off the list. But once it's gone, once the list is finalized, we will hash out on air.
Okay.
And I want people to get the real thought process on why we're choosing that game for you or for me or for Dan.
Do the two people have to agree on the same game?
Yeah, I think you have to come to a conclusion. Yeah.
I feel some conflict coming.
I mean, people like conflict. Sex sells.
So I'm not a part of this?
Hell no.
Good.
You may not be on that podcast, but we could definitely select a game from your back catalog and we can put it on. We can put it up because I think we're going to record these, right?
Right. The plan is for us to live stream those games.
Yeah. So you can be a part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick games for people to play all day long. I got no problem with that. This has been our Swellness Awards 2016. If you didn't get in touch with us before the awards show, send us your list. Let us know what you loved and what you didn't love. Let us know what you want to see more of and what you never want to see again.
If you could see that, it'd be that.
Right. Follow us on Twitter, we are at game_stitch. I am at podcast Ryan. Dan is at shirtless Dan. Matt is at goddammit Matt. And Gerald is at
Ho effing show.
Hoffin Show.
Hoffin Show.
Hoffin Show.
It's Hoffin
Hoffin
Show. Don't give us that Ho effing show bullshit. It's Hoffin Show.
You should follow Gerald.
It's Hoffin Show forever and always.
All I'm saying is, if you told them to search for Ho effing Show, they'd never find you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell them to search for Hoffin Show, they'll add you tonight.
Right. Now, if you'd spelled out whole effing show,
That was probably
whole
taken.
effing show,
That's probably taken.
right?
You know, it's not taken.
By Rob Van Dam himself, probably.
Hoffin Show.
Hoffin Show.
Hoffin
Always
Show.
Always think of the Hoff.
Don't hassle
like
the Hoff. That's right.
Like he's peacocking, like he's Hoffin showing. That's what I always think of. Like he's just strutting, you know? Just doing a little walk. With some tight pants on.
I need to take a picture of the car and show you where I got it from.
Singing in German.
Tearing that wall down. Tearing that wall down. He's brilliant. This has been episode 206 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Remember, this podcast posts every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on podcast services around the world. You can always support us over on patreon.com/Gamestitch. If you got a couple of bones you want to toss us, if not, that's cool too. This podcast will always be free. Be sure to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all those places where you listen to us, because it helps other people find this podcast. Also, I think you can't rate us on Stitcher now that I've said that. You can't rate us on iTunes, and you can do that by giving us 5 stars and hitting submit.
It's that easy.
It is that easy.
It's that easy. Simple.
We end each and every show with a segment we like to call One Final Thing with Uncle Dan, except for this one.
And like the last two.
Right, because tonight we're just going to tell you thank you. You guys make this podcast possible. And this is one of our favorite times where we get to kind of recap the games that made 2016 or 2017 or whatever year it is special for us. Even if Gerald's wrong. So,
Damn it.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Thanks
Gerald's
for
wrong.
being
What's he wrong about?
Dragon Quest Builders.
And he's wrong about Uncharted 4 too, so it's fine.
Damn it.
It's weird that 2 of the games that we picked for our game of the year have showed up on the So Close for other
Well, I don't know that it's weird. I think it is a testament to those games.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know. A lot of
Because you're grown up,
PS4
you
on the
can
list
decide for
too.
yourself.
A lot of PlayStation on the list too.
Well, we're a
it's-
PlayStation podcast.
Yeah.
I think we are.
We're
The
not.
unofficial.
Actually,
Really?
there's some of the games you can get. Firewatch you can get on both systems.
Yeah,
Please.
Hyperlight Drifter is available on a lot of stuff.
Please tell me how we didn't play everything on the PS4.
What's that?
I played Hyperlight on PC
I'm
first.
saying you're doing your best to make it like we're like, oh, they're multi-platform.
Like, there's no bias.
Oh, I didn't
no,
have an
they're
Xbox One
multi-platform.
until like a month ago. So 2 weeks ago, whatever.
And your list can't be taken serious because The Division wasn't your game of the year.
You know what?
76 hours of audio about The Division this year, and you picked a different game.
I did, and I've already given my rationale behind that, and I stand by it. So fuck you.
Yeah, but there's another
Fuck you.
50 episodes that say different.
Fuck you. I stand by my convictions.
No, I get it. You made your bed. Now you gotta lay in it. This has been episode 206. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
And I hope you had a swell holiday.
Good night. Go Giants.